Welcome to episode 4 of Mikey's Miracles. If you thought last episode's hot dog question was pretty bad, wait until you see this week's. This week we have Becky, who asks, I have decided to give myself a spanking as punishment. What pre-spanking procedures should I take, and how should I prepare myself for it? Oh my goodness. So this right here is probably why Yahoo Answers is shutting down. For those who haven't heard yet, Yahoo Answers, our cherished famous place on the internet, will cease to be as of May 4th. In fact, you can't even go on and post questions anymore. It's only in a read-only state. So this is very sad. I mean, what are people like Becky supposed to ask questions like this? You can't ask your friends and family these kinds of questions. You have to ask the strangers on the internet. So until we find a new home for these people, it's still going to be our job to help out as much as we can. So let's keep on reading. I will use a flip-flop. I intend to use spankings as my form of self-discipline from now on. I want to decide what self-spanking position would work best and how to make this an effective form of self-discipline. Please do not tell me not to spank myself. I will not do this while in emotional distress, and I will never severely hurt myself. The spankings will only be done in a very formal fashion. All right, Becky. I was spanked a lot as a child, so I'll try and use my childhood experiences to give you as much advice as I can here. You see, growing up, we had the 3-in-1 Fisher-Price tournament table. This thing was awesome. It was pool, it was glow-in-the-dark air hockey, and it was ping pong. But my parents figured you could make it a 4-in-1 table and use the ping pong paddles to spank your children when they were bad. As you can probably tell, this had severe mental repercussions. It's probably why I'm spending my free time helping people on Yahoo Answers with ridiculous questions like this. So thanks, Mom and Dad. Anyways, from my childhood, I would kind of classify spankings here into 3 different phases. You have the preparation, the day of reckoning, and reformation. So in phase 1, the preparation, we know we did something bad and we're about to get in trouble. I don't know what you did as an adult that could make you want to discipline yourself in this way, and I'm not sure I want to know. As a kid, maybe you're like me and you spilled something on your mom's carpet. My mom held her carpet above everyone and everything else. And that was the number one reason we got spanked. In fact, it's probably why I don't have carpet in my own house today. Thanks, Mom. Now, how do we prepare? As a kid, you prepare differently because you're usually going to hear something like, oh, you're going to get it when your dad gets home. So this gives you a few precious hours to try and cheer your mom up so she won't tell your dad on you. As an adult, I think you have the distinct advantage, though, of knowing exactly when and where this is going to happen. So I think the key takeaway here is to always plan your day around a spanking, not through it. Assume you might be sore the next day. So if you were planning on going on a long trip, maybe a long bicycle ride, or if you had to sit in meetings all day, I would try and schedule the spanking accordingly so that it doesn't disrupt your plans. So phase 2, this is the day of reckoning. This is when the spanking actually occurs. The main takeaway here is that since this is not a normal, healthy way to discipline yourself, I would advise you to make sure that your friends and family don't see what you're up to. So don't do this in front of any open windows where anyone can see, because that takes us to our second effect, which is assume that someone is always trying to embarrass you on next door neighbor. There is a 100% chance, Becky, that you live next to a nosy neighbor of some kind. They're probably just waiting for their chance to embarrass or tell gossip about anyone in the neighborhood. And if you aren't careful, this could be their chance.
What's up with the lady next door spanking herself? I walked to the 7-Eleven the other day to buy myself a big gulp Dr. Pepper. Nothing crazy, just the 30 ounces. On the way home I saw a neighbor repeatedly spanking herself with what appeared to be a sandal. I haven't met this person before, so I don't know if I should be alarmed or if this is normal behavior. She lives in the blue house on Johnson Street also. Does anyone know any good kite stores in town? I've really been wanting to fly a kite, but some punk kids stole my kite last year, and I'm in need of a new one. Thanks in advance.
So finally, we have phase 3. This is the reformation phase. Really, here it's about learning. It's about self-reflecting. Why did I get myself spanked, and how can I learn from this so I don't get spanked moving forward? So as a kid, you learn, hopefully quickly, what you did wrong so that you don't have to get in trouble again. For example, here are some of the lessons I learned as a kid whenever I got in trouble. Lesson 1. Why was I spanked? I was spanked because the neighbor kid threw something at me, but they missed and broke one of my mom's trinkets. The lesson learned here is it's best not to have friends because they will only get you in trouble and let you down. Lesson 2. I spilled pop on my mom's carpet and she got very upset. The lesson learned here was to blame someone who's not in the room because they won't be able to be there to defend themselves. As a child, I was able to reflect on my mistakes and learn accordingly. So I encourage you to do the same here. I hope you can learn your ways as well and reform so that you don't have to ever do this again. This is not a normal, healthy way to discipline yourself. So I'm hoping this is just a one-time thing and you never have to do this ever again. All right, Becky. So there you have it. Again, I don't encourage this behavior, but you seem very set in your ways. So again, I hope this is just a once and done thing. I wish you the best of luck, though. Good luck with everything. And it's going to be sad Yahoo Answers closing down, but we'll figure out a way to continue helping people. Maybe we'll go on Quora or something. All right, Becky, you take care and God bless.